You can start, Dr. Pasha.
Good morning, fellow Toastmaster and dear guests. I welcome you all to meeting number 301, meeting of Speakers and Toastmaster Club, Bangalore. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Before we begin the meeting, there are few ground rules that we should all try to abide by. 1. Please keep your noise making devices switched off or on silent mode. You can have 5 seconds to do this. Second, since we are at virtual scenarios, please be on mute when there is a speaker already on the virtual stage. If you want to share your thoughts, please put it on the chat or unmute yourself when you asked upon. You can keep your video switched on if that is possible so that we can all see your energetic and smiling faces. Kindly be subtle when speaking about religion, gender, and armed politics so that it doesn't hurt anybody feeling. Also avoid speaking ill about the organization that we are working in. Please pour in your appreciation for all the speakers using the emoji options that Teams has provided us. Let's begin the meeting now and do introduce you all to what Toastmaster is all about. We have our President Officer, Toastmaster Mansi. Please put your hands together and help me welcome our PO, TM Mansi. TM Mansi, over to you, ma'am.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today, I would like to introduce you a bit regarding what is Toastmasters. Toastmasters is an international non-profit educational organization that teaches public speaking and leadership skills through a worldwide network of clubs. It's headquartered in Inglewood and the organization members exceeds 3 million and it has more than 15,800 clubs in 149 countries. The sole purpose of Toastmasters International Organization is to help people from diverse backgrounds become more confident speakers and communicators as well as leaders. So today we meet as a Speakers Den Club, which is placed in Bangalore, and a Toastmasters Club, and we recently celebrated our 300th anniversary, and now we mark as a completion of 301st meeting. On that note, I would like to introduce you to the theme of the today's meeting, which is festivities. We all like to celebrate this season after the Diwali as a Hindu festival, and we have Halloween. We have followed a series of festivals all throughout the world. So today we will have a Toastmaster of the day, as a regular meeting has one, a host who's going to talk about the theme. And on that note, I would like to welcome all the guests and let the guests introduce themselves and enjoy the healthy and encouraging journey of the club. Any guest who would like to introduce themselves?
Kunashekar, we have as a guest.
Yeah. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, good morning. And this is Gunashekar, and I am from JFWTC Toastmasters Club, located near Whitefield. It is a corporate club, and it's a privilege to be here as a guest and seeing forward a great meeting ahead. Thank you.
I really admire the way you've introduced, and I encourage everybody to keep smiling and spread the laughter around since it's a festival season all throughout the world till December. On that note, I would like to hand over the stage to Toastmaster of the day, who is none other than our very energetic as well as a proactive person who always likes to take up the roles in each and every meeting, none other than Toastmaster Souvik Monda. Toastmaster Souvik, over to you.
Thank you so much, Presiding Officer of the Day, for that kind introduction. Good morning, everyone. I guess my laptop is not working because I can't hear anyone saying good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sorry.
Good morning, sorry.
So how are you guys after a long break of Diwali holidays? I hope everybody is doing fine.
Feeling rejuvenated, reconnected with the family.
Hungry for sweets.
Okay. So the theme of today's meeting is festive vibes. We live in a country where we almost celebrate festival on every week, be it national festival, regional festival, or religious festival, or seasonal festival. For example, the national festivals are those festivals that are celebrated to memorize any national event of or great leaders or contribution of freedom fighters. For example, Independence Day, Gandhi Jayanti, or Republic Day. Now, the religious festivals are those festivals celebrated by different religion. It has significance, religious significance behind it. For example, Holi, Diwali, Eid, Christmas, etc. And the third season is the seasonal festival, where it is the start or end of any season. For example, Pongal, Bihu, or Vasant Panchami. Now, when festival comes to my mind, it gives me a thought of meeting my childhood friends, spending some time with my family. Now, I would like to know your perspective. What does festival means to you? Anyone would like to share their ideas?
I
Too
think
many
like,
sweets.
Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, too many sweets and too much of celebrations all around. I keep on just roaming around different. We just had Durga Puja, so I went to the various pandals and I had this known as pandal hopping. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think to me, like I kind of try to think deeper about all these things. So festival is more of like coming together and celebrate something common. So that is like for me, it's like get together with the family, reconnecting with your roots, and enjoy.
Correct. Yes. And anyone else would like to share their thought? Shanku sir, what does festival means to you?
Festival means a little away from the hectic work of my office. That is the only golden thing which I have. Apart from that, yes, of course, the pandal hopping and having the prasad. That is something which is very unique during the festival. Uh, that is my unique experience.
Thank you, sir. And Balavan, what about you?
Yeah, so festival for me is a lot of snacks and family get-togethers, and once in a year, once in a while, we connect to our roots and follow our traditions once in a while. That's festival for me.
And Chetna, you have anything to share?
According to me, festival is nothing but I think it's spreading of joy and happiness for yours, for the people around you, and also you yourself feeling joyful and happy with the atmosphere. That's all right.
Correct. And Dr. Pasha, you would like to say anything?
Yes, sir. So having non-veg that day, having non-veg, biryani and mutton and beef thrice a day, starting from morning, afternoon, and evening, and taking full rest is into me, sir. Having heavy like cheetah and tiger, I used to have heavy non-veg, and I'll sleep. Yes, sir.
Okay, that's different thing. Why you have visited many Western countries? How are festivals there different from India?
I think the theme is the same. There's like in the streets, there is a lot of, lighting, and there is a lot of games, and people are like, there's so much crowd in the market that you feel it's a festive environment. And especially, when you go out on a festive time, it's a different feeling you get. I feel I connect it to a different inside feeling, what you get, like, something, you're happy. You don't know why you're happy, but you're just happy because all the people around you are happy. Otherwise, you see all these gloomy faces when you're walking around in the streets. So for me, festive is more of like, I see some happy faces, and somewhat, I think human psychologically, we feel happy that everyone is happy.
Thank you. Yes, festivals are meant to spread joys. Toastmaster Gunshekar, if you have anything from your point of view, we'd like to hear you.
I think festival is something like bringing positive vibrations within us. Like let it be Ramzan, let it be Diwali, let it be Christmas. Everything is bringing joy, bringing positive vibrations, and bringing people, neighbors together and celebrating. So it is like renovating ourselves to the new way of life. And sometimes we celebrate Sankranti for a new season. Sometimes we celebrate different festival has its own significance of nature. How nature changes, the festival is also celebrated accordingly.
Thank you so much. As we all saw that festivals means different thing for different people, be it sweets for someone, snacks, spreading joy, happiness, and for all of us who stays away from our family due to our college or professional work, it gives us the time to go back to our family, spend some quality time with them, catch up with all those friends whom we didn't meet from years, and more about festival at the later part. Now I'd like to introduce our general evaluator for the day. So general evaluator is Toastmaster Shamsha. He's a management consultant by profession and a part-time theatre artist. He was a part of improv comedy club conducting multiple sessions across Bangalore. He loves storytelling along with his Facebook page, Cafe Stories. Over to you, general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Soubhik. A very good morning, dear Toastmasters and our lovely guest. So today, as my role as a GE, which stands for General Evaluator, General Evaluator role is also like spreading happiness, and it also comes up with different flavors as well, and different colors as well. So because each and every meeting, the General Evaluator comes up with a different observation. So that's my role. As a general evaluator, I'll be observing the meeting from the starting to the end, and I'll be noting down what went well and what could have been improved. And to help me out, I have a team of 3 musketeers, and who are popularly known as the tag team. Now, let's hear what their role would be. Now, for the timer, may I request Toastmaster Velavan to please present your objective as the timer.
Thank you, Sankhya. So, as a timer, I will be timing the formal speeches and evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, red cards, which denote specific time remaining. Most speeches will be or should be 5 to 7 minutes in length. At 5 minutes, I will raise the green card. Just a minute. So this is the green card. At 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. At 7 minutes, I will raise the red card. Individual evaluations will be around 2 to 3 minutes. So similarly, I will raise the green card at 2 minutes and yellow card at 2.30 seconds. This one. And 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. So there would be a 30-second buffer time at each red card. Participants are required to conclude their speech within specific time, and no separate timing will be given or shown in the participant exceeding the time limit. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Velavan. And now our second musketeers is the R counter. May I request Toastmaster Mansi to please present your role.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. I would be playing the role of R counter. What is R counter? Whenever we are speaking in any communication, be it personal, be it professional, we need to be very confident. So the role of an R counter is to check the repeats or any repeat of words or any sound which is not appropriate within your speech or your communication pattern. It can be repeat, it can be so, it can be what I meant, or it can be or any crutch words known as specific sounds which we create while speaking. I'll be noting down each and every role taker's sound made or the repetition of the words, and in the end of the meeting, I'll be presenting my report. Thanks a lot. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mansi. And third but not the least is a role which I was very, very afraid when I was in school, and I'm still very afraid. And that's a grammarian role. Now, may I request Toastmaster Chetna to please present your role as a grammarian.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and members. It's really important to use the right word in the right context to make any language for that matter more effective. So today, as a grammarian, I would be making note of the good usage words and not so good usage words. I would also make note of the outstanding quotes, sayings, and ideas. As a grammarian, it's also my duty to introduce the word of the day. For today's meeting, the word of the day is promulgate, which means to promote or make widely known an idea or a cause. Her ideas have been widely promulgated on the internet. I would be putting the word in the chat box. Request each and every speaker and the role taker to use the word of the day. Towards the end of the meeting, I would be submitting the report. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chetna. And definitely the word of the day should be promulgated so that everybody should be well aware of that. Okay, well, now to move ahead in the next part of our meeting, I would hand over the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shanku and his team for explaining the general evaluator role and the tracking role. Now, recently we celebrated Diwali. Diwali, or also known as Deepavali, is the festival of lights. But do you know what is the meaning of Diwali? Like, from where did it originate, and what is the real meaning? Anyone?
I think few of those attempts. It's like Diwali, it's a queue of other lamps. I feel that is what the Deepavali is. That other lamp. Queue of that. Deepavali.
Okay, and anyone else?
So it's festival of light, so more of how deep, which is the earthen lamps. And Avali is basically the welcoming of the deep or the lights.
Correct. So it is a Sanskrit word, rightly said by Toastmaster Mansi and Toastmaster Sanjay. Deep is the meaning of deep is lamp, and Vali means row. So it's row of light. And the festival is celebrated by lighting earthen lamps. And we all must be aware of why Diwali is celebrated, right? Why is it celebrated? Anyone?
To celebrate the good over evil.
Right. But there was an event, because of that we celebrate Diwali.
Yeah, it is related to our mythological events, Ramayana.
Correct. What was that?
Yeah, because it is the day when Devi Sita brought back to he brought back to Ayodhya, and to celebrate that occasion, we are celebrating that Diwali.
Right. Rightly put across by Toastmaster Ashish. It was the day when Sri Ram came to his place, Ayodhya, after 14 years of exile and after defeating Ravana. So we have a lot of time because we don't have one speech. So I would like to know some of your Diwali. How did you celebrate your Diwali? If someone can come up and share their experience. What is that thing you did different this year? Toastmaster Ashish, how was your Diwali after being the first Diwali after marriage?
Yeah, actually, It's a bit different. Previously, I was only buying crackers, but this time I had to buy diyas and I had to buy the lights and I had to buy the sky lanterns, everything. I don't know how to use that sky lanterns, but forcefully I had to buy that one. But I did not know how to use that one, so that was a completely loss for me. I just gained the experience. Sometimes experience will help us in next year when I will try to buy that again.
Right. So, any bachelors who would like to share their experience of Diwali? Toastmaster Sanjay, Toastmaster Pai, anyone? Toastmaster Mansi, Chetna.
I'm married. So I'm out.
I like to make rangoli at home. I did that. And yes, too much of when you go back home. So I live in Pune, but then I live here only for work purpose. So when you go back home, it's more of celebration, meeting your relatives. So I enjoyed that.
Okay. I see a guest, Shankar, joining. So, hey Shankar, would you like to share your Diwali experience this year?
Hi. Hello.
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
So actually, I don't celebrate Diwali. I'm a Christian. I celebrate Christmas.
Okay, but Diwali usually everyone celebrates.
Yeah. No, I just burn the crackers as usual.
Okay.
Yeah, I just no spend my time with my friends burning the crackers. That's how I enjoyed this Diwali.
Okay. Toastmaster Shankha, if you could share your experience.
Yeah, so I have, I am actually fond of going to different pandals. So, every time, whenever we are in Bangalore, we first sort out that, okay, which are the pandals that will be going there. So this time we targeted towards Electronic City and the BTM area, and that gives a very good vibe as well. Although it's not very comparable with what we have in Kolkata, but being in Bangalore and being to see so many people and enjoy the flavor of the puja, that gives an tremendous satisfaction at the end of the day.
Rightly said, the vibes of Kolkata Durga Puja and Kali Puja is totally different, which it's very difficult to find here in Bangalore. Now, with that, we'll be moving to our first part, which is the speech section. And for that, I'd like to call the evaluator first to read the evaluation sheet. Toastmaster Ashish, the evaluator.
Yeah, am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Okay. So Toastmaster Pai, he is giving his L1 P1 speech. So it is an icebreaker speech. And the purpose of this project is for the member to introduce themselves to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. Timer, please note down the time is 4 to 6 minutes. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashish. And also, I would request everyone to give a standing ovation after my speaker finishes his speech, because it's an icebreaker and we encourage speakers. The Pai hails from the coastal belt of Karnataka. He has done his mechanical engineering, followed by an MBA in IIM Bangalore, and is currently working as a product manager in a German-based company, Carl Zeiss. He loves traveling to a new place and playing badminton in his free time. His mission is to travel the world, meet new people, and coach them to be a best version of themselves, for which, of course, he needs to learn to be a good public speaker. The speech title is Who Am I Really? Toastmaster Pai, who am I really?
Thank you, Timot Sauvik. I think you completed my icebreaker speech by giving the introduction. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I've titled this speech, Who Am I Really? Because by the end of the speech, even you guys will say, who is this guy really? You won't be able to figure out, right? So my name is Srinivas Pai. I've told multiple times in the past, I hate my first name. I've always asked my parents, who names their kids Srinivasa in this modern era? Whenever I speak to clients or girls or any new friend over the phone, they speak to me over a long time. And when finally I meet them for the first time in a coffee table or anywhere, they say, "You are the guy, you are Srinivasa, you are Srinivasa." They repeat this multiple times because they're not able to figure out how is this guy named Srinivasa. Okay, I look more like a Rahul or Rohit, right? Okay, so much for humility. I'm just kidding. Just when I thought it can't get any worse than this, my father said, maybe this guy is going to become somebody who's, great or somebody who's well known. So let me add also my name to this so that it looks good. So in my 10th and my passport, my dad went and added his name. Okay. And now my name is Srinivasa Sunil Pai. Imagine, the airport when they call Srinivasa Sunil Pai, it's so embarrassing for me. It was like, oh, it can't get any worse than this. And I looked at my mother and I said, do you also want to add something in my name? It can't get any worse. So just add your name also in this. So I was wondering, should I go to courts? Should I do something about this name? And the trip to Germany changed my life in 2016. Okay. Same thing happened in Germany. People were struggling. Srinivas, what is it like? They were struggling, and somebody figured out there, hey, let us call him by his last name, Pai. Okay. And somebody even went to the extent to say that maybe your name is very cool because your name resounds like the mathematical symbol. And also, I've seen the movie Life of Pi. It's so cool, Pi. And I've suddenly had that Mentos moment. And I said, oh, I have such a cool surname. Why don't I make this as my first name? So immediately I went to the Microsoft Outlook, changed my signature on the mail, and I came back to India and I promulgated my name everywhere. Whoever called me out, I said, Pai is my name. I came to the first Toastmaster meeting. I told Shanko, Pai is my name. He was wondering, Pai is your name? So this is the short story about my name. So what do? I finished my engineering and MBA like 90% of the other Indians. It was like a 3 Idiots movie in my home. Like, when me and my sister were born, like he said, one is engineer and another is doctor. And my sister was 7 years older to me and she picked the doctor profession. So the only thing which was left out for me was engineering. So I did engineering. But actually I wanted to be a psychologist. Okay, that was what my interest lied in. But anyway, that's a long story for another time. I worked for a German multinational company, Carl Zeiss. I had a business vertical there. I'm taking care of South Asia there. So it sounds cool, right? South Asia, but actually it's like Sri Lanka, India, Bangladesh, and Pakistan, right? It's the economic powerhouse of the world. My dream is to finally settle in the United States of America. It rubs patriotic people in a very wrong way, right? When I speak all this. Coming to my hobbies, I like to play badminton. I won local tournaments out there, and I like traveling a lot. I've traveled to majority of the countries in Europe, maybe it's Switzerland or France or Italy, US, but all of this sounds very cool. But at the end of the day, I crossed 30 now. I don't have any savings. Okay, so that's what I like to do. Why I joined Toastmasters, another horror story, because again, I'm seeing a green background in Welvan, so I'll take this story for another time, but you will be freaked out with the stories I had on the stage. So that is what my passion. And one more thing is I wanted to speak, I wanted to motivate people. I wanted to be a motivational speaker. So that is what my passion lies in. So in summary, I know you guys are confused. This guy says he wants to travel the world, but he wants to settle in the US. This guy says, I want to be a psychologist, but he's an engineer. This guy says, he's heading a business vertical, but he's doing something else. What is this guy really? Who am I really? Welcome to my confused world. Over to you, Timur.
Toastmaster Pai, it was such a wonderful speech. It does not seem that you are giving an icebreaker. I still remember when I was giving my icebreaker, I was so confused, so nervous, but you were too confident. Your speech was very well constructed. It was a very good speech. Congratulations for giving your first icebreaker, and I wish you all the best in your future speeches. Now, today is the day where we celebrate, where people over all of North, Bihar, UP, some part of Jharkhand and West Bengal are celebrating Chhat Puja. I know some of you being from the South might even not heard of that. So Chhat Puja is basically celebrated to thank the sun god and show him gratitude for sustaining life on earth. Now, what are some lessons that we can learn from sun? There is a very famous saying in Hindi, अगर सूरज जैसा चमकना है तो सूरज जैसा तपना होगा. It means that if you want to shine like sun, you have to first burn like him, do all the hard works. Now the second lessons that we can learn from sun is that rise above all. Like the sun makes 98% of our mass in our solar system, and to be great you have to go up. So like keep all your ego outside and try to focus more on people without even knowing, without even showing, like if nobody's helping you, it's okay, help those who cannot help you back. It will definitely add personality to your thing. Another thing is that one third lesson could be rise early. See, sun, we all know that sun rise very early, and if you ask me, all the people, all the great people who have done great things, be it CEOs of big companies or anyone, they are all early risers. If you see that everybody rise around 4 or 5 o'clock so that they could do their morning routines and finish up all the things before the world gets up. So if you want to be successful, I would definitely suggest you to rise early. It will give you those 2 extra hours which you can do your all the things. With that, we'll be coming to our second section known as the table topic session. For that, we have Toastmaster Sanjay. Toastmaster Sanjay is a passionate educator and is a man on mission to make learning with understanding easy and fun for everyone. He hails from Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh, and owes his academic expertise into IIT Delhi, a 2011 batch textile technology graduate. His interests and hobbies include playing and creating games, writing, and digging deeper into spirituality, philosophy, and psychology. He is currently working as a senior manager at Byju's, where he is involved in creating educational games and gamifying the Byju's Math International app. Over to you, Toastmaster Sanjay.
Yeah, thank you. Like today, like the theme is a festival. I have put together is basically like a festival of memories, and like today's. I'm not going to actually directly tell you like said about my bio that I create games and just try to present it to you in the form of a puzzle. Right? So today's table topic is something which is very pretty much sums up all our lives, right? And let me just give you some hints to guess it. It's a combination of 3 realms in which we keep living day in and day out. Like if not like physically, at least mentally, we are always living places, right? The first one is also a treasure. It holds a lot of wisdom. It holds a lot of learnings and insights that we have, which we can learn from. Second one is full of second realm, the second zone. And the third one is a gift.
Sorry to interrupt, but your voice is very low. So can you please check your internet once?
Yeah, I'm just like switching off my video. I hope it is clearer now because I'm getting a little bit of internet fluctuation.
Yes, it is now clear. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me just guess today's theme, right? So it's basically I'm talking about 3 realms. which we keep visiting day in and day out, if not physically, at least mentally, right? The first realm is, which is full of lot of wisdom, treasure of memories, insights that we learn from our own mistakes or others' mistakes. The third one is full of mysteries. We don't know what is going to happen. And the second one is called a present. Can you guess what it is? What is going to be? Any guesses? What are we going to talk about? Let me tell you, it's going to be past, present, and future. So we are going to delve into a lot of things related to our past, our present, and future. That is what the questions are going to be asked around, and I hope you would enjoy it. I put together like some interesting questions which I'll be passing on. Yeah, that is it for now. What do you do? Sorry.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you because of technical issues from my end.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, so basically the theme is going to be around like past, present, and future. The questions are going to be interesting and exciting and thought-provoking. And that will allow us to know each other a little bit more. So that is what I kept in mind while designing these questions.
Okay.
Yeah, over to you, Solik.
So I have to answer something?
No, just passing the baton to you now. I've talked about like the theme and like what we're going to do today in the table topic mania.
Sanjay, you have to speak on, I mean, you have the topics with you for the table topic?
Yes,
yeah.
I have.
So you have to start with the topics now and like ask every individual for that.
Sure.
And also mention that timing as well.
Yeah. So the timing for this table topic speeches is going to be like 2 minutes, right? 1 to 2 minutes. So, and the timer would be showing the card starting from 1 minute, and after every 30 seconds, the card color will change, and you have to finish your speech within like 2.5 minutes. The last 30 seconds will be the perfect time. Please try to finish your speeches within 2 minutes, right? So now, who would like to go first, or should I pick? Any volunteers? Okay, then maybe I'll pick our grammarian Chetna for the first question.
Yeah,
right.
sure.
So, yeah. So let me ask you this interesting question, which is, if I win 100 crores in a lottery, I will. What will you do? If you win 100 crores in a lottery.
If I win 100 crores in the lottery, I would prefer to, help people, and some portion of it I would be giving it to charity, and most probably I would like to help millions of people who are struggling with so many things. I can see, around me, so many are, struggling for their lives. There are many children who cannot afford education. There are many who cannot afford, to have even 3 times meal a day. And there are so many struggling around, as I see, many people struggling. So I would actually, donate it to such kind of causes. So I would find the places where, genuinely I find such people and, try to donate it. And also I would try to donate it to some charitable organizations and, the institutions where they can, and probably some government institutions where they can develop the education and, provide better quality education to the children who cannot afford to study in big private schools. And I would also like to, encourage, especially the girls, to pursue their higher studies and everything with that amount, whatever I get it. Thank you.
Thank you. I think those are like wonderful thoughts, and it's like very good to know that you have such a kind heart that you want to like not just keep it to you, because a lot of people just want to spend on themselves, travel around the world. That's what it is. like you want to sort of share it with others, and you want to like do a lot of good work. That is wonderful. Thank you for having such thought. Right. Right.
Sanjay, while you proceed with that, is it possible to use a headphone, or if you speak in front of the speaker?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll try to do that. Yeah. Okay. So now who's next for the next interesting question? Okay, then let me pick.
Gunashakhar has raised his hand.
Okay. Right. So for you, the table topic is: I wish if those good old days could come back. I wish if those good old days could come back.
Someone can repeat the topic.
Can you type that in the chat window?
Yeah, sure. Doing that. Yeah, put it in the chat box.
Okay, I shall continue. When I was childhood, when I was going to schools, most of the time I used to think that I need to become elder as soon as possible. I think that should be most of the children thought process should be like that only. We think that elders has money, elders has a position, elders has the power to control things. And that time we had, because we are under parents, means we are under control. I can't say control, we are under the shadow of parents. We think that we need to become elder so early and get the authority. But now when we grown up and become adults, right? Now we think that thought process what we had that time is not the right thought process. Now we think that with the responsibilities what we are getting now and the challenges, day-to-day challenges what we're facing, we think that those days are very wonderful days where we don't have any responsibilities. We used to go school, enjoy school days, we play with our friends, and the moments was always nice where all the responsibilities used to taken by parents and we are like a free birds. But our thought process at that time was we don't have authority. Now we have a thought process that we need to that. But now what they think, right? You should not think in that way. When you are children, that is a moment where you live that childish moment. When you are adult, that is a moment where you take up the responsibility and do that responsibility with full accountability. When you get a responsibility as a parent, that is a moment where you raise your children with a good, good citizen, I can say, more than making them to be. Education is not about not only about getting a job. It is about how we live, right? That is what the major priority of the education. So we should give a better education to our children. And as you grown up, you should be a responsible citizen such that you can guide the juniors, like who are becoming, like we have Toastmasters where most of the Toastmasters guide each other like that. I think that is my thought process. Thank you. Over to you.
Yeah, I think I also feel that, yeah, like childhood is that golden time that all of us would wish that it could come back, because we had no worries, no stress of like earning and like no responsibilities of the family and all that. Yeah. And we always like remember, and whenever we visit those places where we spend a lot of our childhood, we like really feel wonderful. I think that is like really like to the point, and I kind of completely agree to that. Now, like moving on, because you like brought up childhood, so my next question is going to be related to that. Let me just like ping it on the chat also. It's going to be about like in my childhood, I used to wonder, and I want to give this to timer 11. Toastmaster 11, would you like to take this up? In my childhood, I used to wonder a lot about. What is it? Do you want to know?
Yes.
Villavan, I'll be the timer for you.
Okay, yeah. So in my childhood, I used to wonder, like, what does it feel to grow up? What is, I mean, life in general? I used to have a lot of questions about what is life in general, what does it mean to grow up, how, where did we come from, and where do we go, and why should we, I mean, like, you were not asked to be born in this world. Like, you came into world through your parents. None of this was your choice. Like, I used to have a lot of questions about spirituality, religion, and how the world functions. So questions like this I used to think a lot about such questions in my life, like most of the times. And now, even after so many years, I don't have much questions about these things. I mean, answers about these things. I've accepted that there are certain things which we are not supposed to, or we can never know. And I have accepted that, okay, there are some mysteries which we cannot know, and it's fine. So I would like to conclude there. Over to you, Toastmaster Sanjay.
Thank you, Toastmaster 11. And I think I completely like connect to that, because I was also a very curious child, like from my childhood, obviously. I used to wonder about, like, okay, like why things happens. If I look at a fan, I think about like why the fan is rotating, and probably maybe that is why I became an engineer, right? So, but yeah, I think childhood is supposed to be like that also. That we should be curious about it. We should try to learn and about the world so that we can utilize and leverage the environment around us to make a better future, to make a better environment for everybody around us. Yeah, thank you for those thoughts and views. You were a curious child.
Thank you.
Now let me go to the next Toastmaster Mansi. Would you like to take up the next topic?
Sure. Anyone can play the role of our counter for me.
Okay, so for you the topic is, if I would have a time machine, I would go to, where would you go? You can go to future or past, it's up to you.
If I would have had a time machine, I would like to roll it back and look at my past and the grudges which I have, which I could have done. For example, I always wanted to become an IAS officer. I would have gone back 2 to 3 years and then taken a leap of 1 year, studied again, attempted for it, and maybe I would have cleared it and I would have been serving the nation, which is one of the toughest exam in the world. If I look into my future, I would have actually rolled it in such a way that I can make change to the society. For example, there are many people who are uneducated, and I'm still doing it, but I would like to vanish all the uneducation. And probably the world of mine which I'm living, everybody is having the basic education, right? As well as all the needs of a country. For example, or I see a lot of there are many garbage areas which are still not used properly. We have I would promote clean earth as in future, not even promote. For me, the ideal world would have been very much ideal, all green, everyone educated, and everybody treated equally. That's it. Over to you, Toastmaster of Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Yeah, like I think for me also, like I had similar thoughts, but then I changed my mind and I started thinking about, because I was a curious child. But my parents were always after me saying, like, why don't you prepare for civil service? And not for the service reason, but of course, like the perks that comes along with it. But I always wanted to like make some change and difference, and maybe like I would probably do the same. And if I get a time machine and go back, I would like to change like the society around us, and specifically the education aspect, so that people, when they become well educated, they can actually contribute a lot and keep the environment clean, like you said. Right. So yeah, that is, I think, wonderful thoughts, and I would also contribute. So now the next is also an interesting question. Let me pass it on to maybe Toastmaster Sankhya, because he kind of keeps juggling with a lot of things, and he's like into a lot of things. And when you are into a lot of things, you keep getting distracted again and again. So my next table topic is, whenever I feel distracted, I do this to keep my focus in present. Over to you, Toastmaster Sanjay.
Now, this is a topic which is so much close to my heart. Now, in my introduction, if you've heard that I was also associated with Impromptu, that's an improv comedy club. Now, with that, let me tell you one incident what happened. A few years back, I was about to enter the show, and improv comedy is something which is very impromptu. You have to be very, very alert what you are going to say because you don't know the script. There is no script actually. And the funny part or the challenging part, you have to make the people laugh as well. Now, how do you do that? You have to be very alert what the other person is saying. Now, that very particular day, my mom and dad came to visit me on the venue itself, although it was not intended for the show, but they just wanted to say hi and then go to my sister's place. Before the meeting started, I thought that everything will go fine. I'll call an Ola. And when the Ola was coming, it was still coming and still coming and still coming. It was on the route. And we don't know what time it is going to come. Now, my mom and dad, they were not very tech savvy. They have to also speak to the driver. So I was coordinating. And by the time the clock struck and I had to literally go inside the stage, saying then that, okay, now once the Ola cab comes, you have to get inside it and you have to go to the destination. Now, when I was in the stage, my mind was into 50-50. One, inside the stage where I have to speak, and the other on the thought that whether they got the Ola correctly or not. Now, that very day, I got a big bang. I was not at all able to participate on that improv comedy, and I felt very much dejected. Now, later on in my life, when I was also associated with theater, that time my mentor told me to practice training exercise wherein you have to keep your mind completely aloof from what others think. But still, this day, I also practice that. I train my mind so that whatever happens, let it happen. I will be focusing on everything I have in my plate. So with that, I ended up encouraging a lot of myself on that. Over to you, Toastmaster Sanjay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjay. Yeah, so it's true, because the world is becoming full of so many sources of information, like TV, news, media, series, so many things we are watching, traveling, like Mr. Pai travels a lot and he meets a lot of people. So we get loaded with lots and lots of information, and that sort of it makes us even more distracted. Maybe not for everybody, but for me it is like that. And to keep our focus, because we live in present, we work in present. It is very, very necessary that we keep our focuses in present. And thanks to the tips that Sankhya has given, and I think that will help all of us to sort of learn something from and keep ourselves focused on the present. Now, moving on to the next interesting question, because I've created these questions so that I can also learn from them, right? And let me go to one of the wisest, oldest person in the group, Asha, to kind of throw some light and share his thoughts on this topic, which is every moment we are living in right now is a gift, and that is why we call it present. Over to you, Toastmaster Asha.
For me, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. What was the question, sir? Every moment?
Every moment we are living in right now is a gift, and that is why we call it present.
Okay.
Right? We call gift also present, and we call the present time also present. There is a reason behind it. So, yeah, every moment is a gift, and that is why we call it present. Is your topic.
So, life is all about living. Living means not only represent present, sir. Life is all three phases: present, future, and past. See, we learn from past, we live in present, and we expect to live in future. So these are all interconnected. So if we want to live in present very nicely, we have to design it in our past. So for example, today if you want to live today very nicely, we have to enjoy our life very nicely, very meaningfully. We have to design it yesterday. So without yesterday, the life in present won't be that much possible. So that's why the three phases means present, past and future all are important. So with the past we learn from our mistakes, we grow from our mistakes, we plan our life with our mistakes. That gives that all stuff come from our past. With present, we preparation come in present. So we prepare how our life would be in future. So without preparation, then our future won't be possible. So living in the moment is the actual life, but without planning for future, it is in my way it is meaningless. So without learning from past also it is meaningless. So to be a actual life, to be a organized life, past, present, future is mandate. These are the basic vehicles to promulgate our life, to spread our life. Okay, over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. I think that was a wonderful speech and wonderful thoughts on, yes, like the present is very precious because that is what we have got. We can't do anything about like past until we get a time machine, right? And definitely we can't like live our present in a better, more productive way until we learn from our past, right? So that is also very true that we have to keep learning from our mistakes and we need to keep planning in present so that we can create wonderful things in future. All of these are actually like important for us. Yeah, that's very, very true. So let me move on to the there was keeping for Toastmaster, and this is going to be around like where he would be, because he's an MBA from IIM Bangalore, right? And he has spent a lot of time thinking about business model, right? So the next question is for you, right? And this is going to be similar to but this time it's not a charity. It's a fund. So you are responsible to earn your if I get a funding of 100 crore, I would start. What would you like to start? How would you utilize that 100 crore? If you get a funding of 100 crore, over to you.
Can you type the questions?
Yeah, I'm in the chat.
Oh, it's this. Okay, it's a similar question as to Chetan. Okay.
It is for the MBAs. It is for the MBAs.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. First of all, I'm not so generous like Chetana. I'm not starting any NGOs or I'm not, helping anyone. I would probably buy a very, very, very expensive home, bigger than Mukesh Ambani, right in front of him, just to show off that, that I have a bigger home than Mukesh Ambani. And then probably next go for something like Porsche or I would say Bugatti Veyron or Porsche just in front of my home. And then probably I'll start a business. I would start a business with the remaining funds because, you can see what are my first priorities, there's so much external things. Then I would start a business, probably in somewhere abroad. I would start a business, have a branch in India, and then yes, and finally help people, to get the jobs and everything through that business. Maybe a little bit of service through that, And I think, as Ashish pointed it out, probably government would have taken half of my money, either it's here or it's in abroad. Abroad, just so you guys know, it's 50% tax rates in some of the European countries. Yeah. So probably I'll start the funding here in India so that at least the 50% goes on to 50%. But yes, gradually I will move to the other countries. So yes, I would fulfill my dream, I would say, through this or through all of this money I'm getting free of cost from Sanjay for some odd reason. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pai. Yeah, I think it's a similar question, but I said in the form of funding because now you are answerable to somebody, right? And obviously, like all of us dream of the luxurious life that the Toastmaster Pai has just like shown us. We all look forward to it, but yeah, like in the end, like we are here to help others grow and succeed in their lives. So eventually, like we should keep some share of whatever fortune that we have earned or we have got to help others. So that's, I think, very true and very thoughtful. Now, who left? 54 people left. Let me pick Ashish Kumar. Would you like to take up the next table topic? Ashish Kumar, would you like to take up the next table topic?
Ashish system seems to be hanged.
Okay. Gunashekhar?
Yeah. Ashish is back, I think, yeah.
Ashish Kumar, would you like to take up the topic?
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, you can give me.
Good to have you back. Here is your topic.
Yeah, because right now I connected from mobile, so I'm not sure.
Okay. I pinged it, and the topic is, in my opinion, in future you will see a lot of. What do you think? Like the future will be filled with what kind of thing? Like any topic, any stream. What do you think that you will see a lot in future? Yeah, over to you.
Okay, so okay, thank you, Toastmaster Sanjay, for giving this amazing topic. In future, I will see a lot of changes. So when I was a kid, I was trying to look what is there in future, what are there different options for us, because people were saying that this job will not be there, that job will not be there, but right now I don't see any. Similarly, if you see coming to the next 20 to 30 years, everywhere you can see there is
network seems to stop, right?
Yeah.
I think we have lost him. So maybe Gunashekhar, like maybe when he comes back, he can continue. Maybe Gunashekhar, you would like to take up the next one so that like whenever he comes back, he can like resume his topic. Gunashekhar, would you like to take the next one? Oh, I think Ashish is also back. Gunashekhar is dropping off. Ashish Kumar, are you able to hear us, Ashish Kumar? Okay, so let's move on to Shankar. Would you like to take up the next topic? Shankar, are you there?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'd like to take it.
Here is, would you like to take this up or let me give you a different one so that Ashish Kumar can continue?
Yeah.
Okay, so your next topic is, people should focus on these things in present to have a better future. So what are the things you think we should focus on to have a better future? Over to you, Shankar.
Yeah. Hi, Desmond. I think this is a wonderful topic. So obviously, today's generation, people have to focus much on their obedience, like a discipline, so that they can, so that in future they can achieve their goal. For achieving their future goal, they have to really focus on disciplining themselves and following and preparing for tomorrow beforehand, and they have to plan and they have to stick to the plan, and they have to discipline and obey those plans. for their, in order to achieve their goals in future. And not only that, they have to, while writing the plans, they have to make sure that when they achieve their goal, they have to be more humble and even more genuine to the people and true to the people. So the main thing is they have to follow the discipline life to achieve their future goal. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you. I think it's like I cannot complete. I can kind of completely agree. Discipline is the thing, because I feel like we have to have some discipline in life, right? Otherwise, like it will just go haywire. Right? Discipline kind of gives it a structure, makes us stick to something very, very important and dear to us. I completely agree, and yeah, that is what we should focus on, and we should start getting disciplined if we are not. That is my take. But moving on to the next. So is Abhishek back, or he's not there? Abhishek is not there. So maybe Toastmaster Souvik, would you like to take up the next topic?
Sure, I would love to.
Okay, I have an interesting one for you. Okay, here it is. I would wish, because now we are approaching the era where we'll see a lot of robots. So this is the question is, I would wish to have a robot which could. What do you think your robot should be able to do for you?
Thank you so much to Table Topic Master Sanjay for this wonderful topic. Well, I still remember when I was growing up and all those technologies were starting coming. The smartphones where you could play video games, or where you could watch YouTube without going to any cyber cafes. It was a really luxury time that time. So now, as we move forward and we see all the technologies coming up, I wish people develop a robot which could do my say college work. In college, sometimes I really don't know why professors gives us all those assignments which hardly anyone do it by their own. Like, for example, the topper would do it and everybody, the backbenchers like us, will copy from it. And I think that teachers also knows this, but I don't know why they still give us assignments to complete in every semester. In fact, for each internals, we have assignments for all subject. And all those who have done their engineering can relate to me. Think you have 10 subjects in a semester, and for all you have to write assignments. Apart from that, you have to do your project work, your lab record, you have to complete it. So it's quite a lot of work. Apart from that, you also have a personal life, you have your other things to do. So if I could have a robot, it would definitely someone who could do my assignment work and who could follow my command and ask and do anything that I ask him to do. With that, back to you, Table Topic Master.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Souvik. So yeah, I think like everybody kind of in their colleges like would have hated these assignments at some point of time. And yeah, I think it would have been a wonderful idea if we could have a robot which could help us with that. Yeah, so sure. Like I would wish to have a similar one who could do some of my work and I can chill. Okay. So now, so I think so. Ashish, you're back. Are you able to hear us? Are you able to hear me? Ashish,
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can hear you. I connected through mobile.
Great. So let's continue with what the topic was given to you, which was, in my opinion, in future you will see a lot of. Please continue.
Yeah. So I'm happy that I'm back again. In my opinion, I would see a lot of changes that are going to happen in the future, because I observe the same thing currently. When I was a kid, I was thinking like that, what will be there for us in future? Will there be any jobs for us? But because everyone is saying that machines are taking over us, but still we have jobs. So similarly, in the next 20 to 30 years, if you go back, we will be completely dominant by the machines. So all the mundane works that we do regularly, that will be done by the robots. And you we all have that precious time to give our analytical, where we need to give our analytical thoughts, where we have to reasoning to do the work, because machines won't do reasoning by themselves. We have to do the reasoning part. So we will give our more precious time in a to the all the good works. If you see, compared to the male female ratio, if you see like that, female ratios are going down every year. So in near future, in 10 to 20 years, you can see like that many people are still bachelors, and I am pitiful for that one, because the future we are going in that way. So we have to take that into consideration, or else we have to do some alternate things. And in future, if you see like we don't have all those, if you are joining this meeting virtually, right, and we are also having offline meetings, but in future I don't see these offline meetings anymore everywhere, because metaverse is dominating, and we will see virtual reality and augmented reality, and we will miss those personal touches. And in future, we don't connect with, we don't know who is our neighbor, but we will know who is 100 miles away from us. We don't interact with our family members, but we are so much interacted, and we are so much focused on our social networks. That's all from my side.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashish. Yeah, I think that's good. And it looks like you have some vision. You are a visionary, and you can like see in future like what are the things which are going to happen. And I think like I kind of agree to a lot of you, especially the metaverse part, right? Because at Byju's also we are creating this 360-degree virtual reality experience where people can come in from different places while they are sitting at home. They can still attend classes and feel like they are sort of attending classes. So I think metaverse is something that all of us are betting on. We are going to see in the future, right? So that is like so true. Yeah, that is going to happen. And now moving on. So I think like everybody is pretty much done, but still I have like 5 more topics. So Emod and Shankya, like, can we still
It's
go ahead?
fine. I think we can move on to the next segment.
Okay, sure. Then over to you, Toastmaster Swami.
Thank you, Table Topic Master, Toastmaster Sanjay, for that wonderful table topic session. A big round of applause. The topic were very interesting, and it was a bit different from regular table topic session. So kudos to you for conducting such an amazing table topic session. With that, we'll be moving to our third section, that is the evaluation section. And for that, I would like to call upon the general evaluator. Toastmaster Shankha, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Souvik. And so I'm back now with the general evaluation. Now this segment is going to be divided into 3 segments. The first one will be the evaluator, wherein the evaluator will be evaluating the speaker. The second one will be the tag timer report. And finally, the third one will be my overall report of the general evaluation. Now, to begin with the first speaker, who was Toastmaster Pai, may I request his evaluator, Toastmaster Ashish, to please come on the evaluation stage.
Okay. Thank you, Sankhya. First of all, congratulations, Pai, for beginning your Toastmaster speaking journey. As you are an MBA graduate, I will focus on that one. So, let's say you have an idea, but you don't have the funding. Will you start your business, or you start your business? Then you will get the funding. Probably the second option is the good one, because you have everything set up. You are working on that. Then funding will come naturally to you. You are not dependent on that. Similarly, when you are starting our speaking journey, most of us are thinking like that, I am not a good speaker. Why I should start now? Let me become a great speaker, then I'll begin my journey. But people like Pai, they are saying like that, let me begin my speaking journey, and through my journey I will be a great speaker, and I will improve myself and be a better version of myself. So thanks for beginning your speaking journey. And today you are giving an icebreaker speech. In icebreaker speech, the main motive is like that, how we should know you, and when people see next time
when people interact with you for the next time, they will know you better and they can say you are from which place and what are your hobbies and what are you doing right now. And I am glad that you achieved that objective. You told that you are a badminton player and you like to travel and you want to be a psychologist, but settled as an engineer, but not as engineer, as an MBA graduate also. And you like to travel a lot and you are interacting a lot with different kinds of people. So that is also affecting your thought process. And you also want to be a motivational speaker, and Toastmaster will surely help you to move ahead in that journey also. And I did not find like that this is your first speech. You are fluent and thought process was coming natural to you. And nowhere I found that you are stuck at one point of time and you were promulgating your thoughts quite naturally. And coming to the areas where you can improve yourself. When we are giving an icebreaker speech, my suggestion would be don't give your introduction to the Toastmaster of the day when you are giving your icebreaker speech, because that is taking some part of your content. Our Toastmaster of the day, he told some things about you. If you can interlink all those points and create a story out of that one and told us more about your childhood, more about your schooling and how you are fighting with siblings, all those moments, then that will add more impact to your story. So just focus the objective, because in icebreaker the objective is to know more about you. So if we can focus more about your personal lives and how it affected you to be a better speaker and how it affected you to join Toastmaster, that will be a great added point to your future, and you can work on that. To summarize that one, you have a great vocal variety and you have a great vision. But just focus on these points and you will be a great speaker in future. Thank you. And over to you, G.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ashish. Toastmaster Pai, in order to add a few more points for Toastmaster Ashish, what I would say is, although this is the icebreaker and the first speech, but I have seen you have participated in the Toastmaster meeting for quite some time, especially in the impromptu speaking. So as Toastmaster Ashish has rightly pointed out, that the objective of the icebreaker has already been met. But just in order to enhance a little bit more, what went well for you, I would say, one is the voice modulation. Because sometimes when you are giving different characters, you are playing those characters for the German people, or there was somebody else also. And you already kept a very good natural smiling face, which goes with your personality. Now, in terms of what the things can be improved on, one is the camera setting. Because when you are sitting in front of the camera, always try to ensure that 50% of your body should be visible in the camera. So you set up the camera in such a way, because what is happening, although you are making your hand gestures like the way I'm doing right now, but since your camera setting at the moment, I can see it till here. So whatever the hand gestures were coming up, it was like this. Okay, so if you can see my hand gestures, hardly you can see it, right? So that was happening. And secondly, somewhere, although the R counter will be giving more detailed report on this, but somehow I felt very frequently you were using the and okay, which was diluting the speech, the importance of the speech. So you try to reduce that one. And also you try to come out with a story of a horror story, which you just told, but we didn't elaborate on that. I know you have a time constraint, but in case, just my 2 pence advice on this, that in future, whenever you are writing the script, if you do not want to mention anything about that, about the horror story, then do not include that as part of your speech. If you are including, then you have to tell something about the horror story, because somewhere it seems to be incomplete as a story. But overall, great job on your first speak, and I would congratulate you for taking up this role. Let's give a round of applause for Toastmaster Pai and Toastmaster Ashish as well. Great. And with that, let us move on to our second part of the evaluation, For that, may I request our timer to present the timing report. Toastmaster Velavan, the stage is yours.
Yes. Thank you, Toastmaster Sankhya. Just sharing my screen to present the timing report. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, we can.
So, Toastmaster Pi for his icebreaker speech took 5 minutes 10 seconds. And moving on to table topics, Toastmaster Chetna is 1.20 seconds. Gunashekhar 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Myself Velavan is 1 minute and 13 seconds. Mansi 1 minute 12 seconds. Sankhya 2 minute 22 seconds. Toastmaster Pasha is 2 minute 20 seconds. Pi 1.40 seconds. Ashish is 2 minutes. Shankar 1 minute. Sauvik 1 minute 32 seconds. For evaluation, Team Ashish took 3 minutes and 25 seconds. Over to you, Toastmaster Sankhya.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Velavan. Now moving on to the second report. For the R counter, may I request Toastmaster Mansi to please present your report.
Yeah, so in respect of time, I'll speak only the excess usages. Rest were all in place, more than in usage of such words or less than 5. I'll not speak. More than 5, I'll just point it out. So Toastmaster Velavan used like 6 times. Toastmaster Sauvik used 6 times, twice, and was repeatedly. Toastmaster Pasha used so thrice. Rest was all in place, so it's less than 5. Then Toastmaster Gunashankar used like twice. Again, you are in a green zone. Toastmaster Srinivasa Pai, you were using repeatedly also and okay repeatedly and 6 times. Rest all were less than 5, so you are still in the safe or the green zone. Then Toastmaster Chetna used 5 times and also twice. So you can improve over using of the repeated words. Rest all were in the green zone less than 5 times. That's it. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mansi. And now let me pass on the baton to our grammarian, Toastmaster Chetna. Chetna, you have to unmute yourself.
Yeah. I hope you're able to view my screen.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, some of the good usage words which I've noticed in today's meeting is resounds and passion by Toastmaster Pi, mysteries and thought-provoking by Toastmaster Sanjay, clock struck and dejected by Toastmaster Sankhya, and mundane by Toastmaster Ashish. The not so good usage word, very nicely enjoy, could be better used as enjoy well. Do things alternatively could be better used as find an alternative. And today, the word of the day for today was promulgate. And it was used once by Toastmaster Pi, Toastmaster Pasha, and Toastmaster Ashish. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chetna. And now let's give a round of applause for our awesome tag team for Velavan, Mansi, and for Chetna. Thank you so much. And now let's move on to the third segment of the General Evaluator report. Now, here how our meeting went today. So the meeting was started almost at 11 o'clock, 11 plus 2, just as a 2-minute gap. Thanks to Toastmaster Pasha for taking up the Sergeant at Arm role at the last minute. And also thanks to Toastmaster Mansi for quickly coming up with the script, which the coordination was extremely good. Thanks for that. So Toastmaster Pasha has covered all the rules and regulations of the meeting, and we started the meeting accordingly. Then the baton was passed on to Toastmaster Mansi. Toastmaster Mansi, I think this is the first time you're taking up the presiding officer role in Speakers to Toastmaster. Congratulations for that. You very rightly pointed out the history of the Toastmaster, because we see there are guests over here. The theme, you have touched on the theme of the festivals, and also you rightly taken up the guest introduction as well. So overall, as a presiding officer, you did your job very nicely. Congratulations for that. Let's give a round of applause for Toastmaster Mansi. And then Toastmaster Mansi has passed on the baton to Toastmaster Shobik, who was the Toastmaster of the day. So Toastmaster Shobik, what a wonderful topic you have chosen for the festivals, because as we are right now, there are a lot of festivals going up. So this theme very much resonates with the current condition or the current people's mood. So that was rightly taken up. And then as a Timot, you did an overall nice content. You prepared your script well. So content wise, it was really nice. You put up a lot of personal touch over there. What you did, there was a lot of interaction and engagement with the audience, which makes it very, very lively with that one. Now, the things which could have been improved on, one is again the camera settings, because I see your head until the neck was only pretty much visible in the camera. So ensure your camera setting is that so 50% of your body can be seen in the camera. At one point of time you said, okay, we have lots of time because we have only one speaker. That's a strict no. Even if you have one speaker or two speaker, do not use such words, because that doesn't give a positive impact. So try to avoid that one. And you also asked, like, as a Timot, there was a lot of engagement, but at the starting, you also ask some of the members that how you spend the Diwali. And also again, towards the end of your Timot, again, you asked the same question. So there was a repetition for the same question. Maybe you could have changed that topic. And last, and another one was once Toastmaster Pi completed the speech, so there was you tried to put on the transition to the next, but while the transition was going on, you put a little bit of evaluation on the speaker. So as a Timot, you should not be evaluating the speaker, because that is the role of the evaluator to give the evaluation, even if it's a very good speech or not so good speech, whatever be it, that the role is with the evaluator. What you can do is you can correlate and share your experience along with the theme of the speaker if you want to put it as a transition note. And also in terms of voice modulation, a lot of improvement can be done on that, because as a Timot, you are taking the entire role end to end, right? So it's like a necklace, and you are tying up each of this role together. So when you are speaking, you have to ensure that your body language is good in front of the camera. Your voice modulation should be up and down, or sometimes should give, because remember, in a speech or in a Timot session, it's also the entertainment which matters a lot. So you entertain the people more. And how do you entertain? You can also use a lot of props as well. You could also use visual background, the Zoom background you can make, or you can change some of your Zoom background accordingly. So there are a lot of ways on which you can make the meeting more interesting. But saying that, it was really, really great job from you, Toastmaster Shobik. Let's give a round of applause for the awesome effort from Toastmaster Shobik. Great. And now, lastly, the baton was passed on to our table topic master, Sanjay. Toastmaster Sanjay, what a beautiful topics you come up with. I know there are a lot of preparations which you will be going ahead in the background. And you took time and effort to understand that if it resonates with the speaker. So you like at one point of time, one of the speaker was not able to understand the topic. You explain him, and then the speaker continues. So that shows the level, the passion which you have, and also you took this role very seriously. That is the reason you are able to help him out. And you were also typing down on the chat window, which also helped. In terms of the improvement, of course, one is the internet, because that is something which we all are facing. We can always face, because right now my internet may be working fine, but it might go also down at certain point of other day. So before you come to the meeting, and it's not only for you, for all of us actually, before we come to the meeting, we open the meeting at least 15 minutes earlier, and that is the time when you should come and ask other members that whether your internet is working fine, whether your voice is clear or not. In case it is not clear, use a headphone. Like I can see Toastmaster Mansi is using a headphone which makes her sound crisp clear. Although she's using a mobile phone, right? So use that one. Also, in terms of the topics that you have given, try to avoid the long topics, because the moment you give longer sentence, it's become very difficult or challenging for the speakers to remember the topics and then come up with a speech, right? So it's always advisable to keep it crisp, a small one, maybe just for 3-4 words. And that's what we also do when we will have our table topic contest as well. Because in the table topic contest, if you see in the YouTube or somewhere, you will see that the topics are very, very small, very crisp and small. So that's very easy for someone to remember. And also as a table topic, one has to summarize the topic at the end of the speech. So that also helps them a lot. Right, so overall, let's give a round of applause and to Toastmaster Sanjay for taking up the table topic faster. We would love to see you more on these roles, and that is the awesomeness of the the entire table topic. So
thank you for the feedback. I look forward to it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sanjay. And with that, before I hand it over back to our Toastmaster Shobhik, and just like to announce one quick thing over here. Now, this is not part of the general evaluator role, but I just wanted to quickly update you that on the in the month of January. And towards the end of January, most probably, or the beginning of February, we are going to have a club contest. And the club contest is going to be the ISC, which is the International Speech Contest. Then we will also have table topic contest, and also we will have the evaluation contest. Now, for those, most of you, since you are new, you may not have attended any contest till now. So in the ISC, how it happens is minimum you have to cover level 2, right? So I would request everyone, and I would encourage everyone to complete your level 2 till we have another 2 months left, November and December. So please complete your level 2, give as much speech as possible, because anyway we are having every week. So try to do that, take more evaluation. You can even visit other clubs as well, both online and offline, whatever is your time and feasibility. Visit other clubs, give more speeches over here, and also take up more roles, because the more you speak, the more you will see a lot of improvement. And I can see Toastmaster Pai, Toastmaster Pasha has taken up so many roles, and they are also visiting other clubs. They're also attending Table Topic Mania, where you will get interaction with a lot of international speakers as well. So that gives a very, very good platform, and try to use that platform at the maximum, because the more you spend time, the more you will be able to see a lot of improvement within you. And that's all about the practice. That's all about the platform is all about. Right. And but however, saying that for the table topic and for the evaluation, there is no criteria. Even if you did not attempted any speech, or you have to be an active member. So that is the only criteria for the evaluation and the table topic. But you have to just practice a lot on that. And we will also come up with some education session as well on how to handle the contest. So that is something which is in the plate, which we have thought of. And we will do that, but come up with a lot of speeches, right? And yeah, with that, let me hand it back to our table, to our Timod, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Shobhik.
A huge round of applause for our general evaluator and his team. Thank you so much for that detailed evaluation, Toastmaster Sankhya, and all the tag team members. With that, I would like to hand the baton to the presiding officer of the day, Toastmaster Mansi.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster of the Day, for bringing out this. Overwhelmed. I am overwhelmed listening over various festivals and their meanings, and how people associate to these festivals. So thanks a lot, Toastmaster of the Day, first to take that initiative. And I would like to congratulate each one of us who were part of this the organizing part, as well as who participated in various topics and speaking. So I would like to congratulate the whole club for completing 301 meeting. And on that note, I would like to end the meeting officially. Thanks a lot, everyone.